Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the starting 11 show. Everton versus Manchester United in the Carabao Cup. Let's get into it. In goal, I'm going to go for Robin Olsen. Obviously, he played against Leicester City. We got a clean sheet. We won the game. And I think this is a good opportunity to give him another running goal for a game anyway. I know, listen, we've got a lot of games and the manager said he likes to rotate. I think this is a good opportunity for him. I think it would be his debut, wouldn't it, as Goodison Park as well. So I'm going to go for Olsen in goal and just freshen it up a little bit. Yeah. At right back, Seamus Coleman, I'm going to bring him into the side. I just think that back four's done fantastically well. But for me, I think we're playing a lot of games and I think there has to be little changes. I know people say don't change a winning side, but for me, there has to be little changes just to freshen it up. And also because of the amount of games, and by making that change, it allows us to make changes, elsewhere, to keep the squad ticking over. We can't flog this team to death. And with Seamus Coleman, I think what you get is you'll get a player who'll go forward but also defend. Will he defend as well as maybe Mason Holgate? I don't know, but you'll get a little bit more going forward. So I've gone for Seamus Coleman. At left back, I'm going to go for Ben Godfrey because for me, really, there isn't too many options and I think he's been doing fantastically well. He looks a very fit lad and I don't think there's any reason to change that at the moment. Just for him to just keep going, being absolutely fantastic. The two centre-backs are Michael Keane, who I think who's just consistently has done well. Doesn't look tired as far as I can see and, doesn't tend to struggle with too many injuries either, so I've put him in there. And I've put Mason Holgate alongside him because I do think Yerry Mina does tend to catch the odd injury, and I just think that, again, this is an opportunity to play him. Now, that is just purely down to the physical side of things. I think Mina will be needed on Boxing Day when we play Sheffield United. They put a lot of crosses into the box, a lot of dead ball situations. You could probably say that, the fact that Manchester United scored 2 goals against us in the last game from crosses would probably mean that maybe Mina should play in this game. But I'm just solely thinking about it from a physical point of view. Can Mina play a lot of games back to back? In the past, it's proved that maybe he can't. So I'm saving him for the trip to Bramall Lane on Boxing Day and bringing Mason Holgate in there. In centre midfield, going to continue with Tom Davies. I thought he did okay against Arsenal. If we can get another performance like that, then I think a 7 out of 10. Again, he hasn't played a lot of football, and I think it's important that while Alan's missing, and he's going to be missing for a while, we get people in the centre midfield who are steady and can do that role. And when you look at the bench, there aren't too many alternatives who can actually play that role and be disciplined and play centre midfield. So he's in there for me alongside Abdoulaye Doucouré, who's been fantastic in the last few weeks and really has took it upon himself, certainly in the game and a half since we lost Alan, to be that player who gets around the pitch to put the fires out. So he'll play in there. I know it's tough on Abdoulaye Doucouré because he has played all the games and he's talking about trying to keep people fresh. Sadly, we just don't have another player who's like that in the squad. And I'm sure he'll get a break when he hits that 5th yellow card if that comes. But there's just no one else really when you think about it. Until we get to the period between the West Ham game and the FA Cup 3rd round, I don't really think he's going to get much of a break. But he's in there for me. And ahead of those two is Andre Gomez. I think this is a position we can swap out a player as well. Gylfi Sigurdsson's been great for the last couple of games, really good. Last 3 games been really good in there again. 7, 8 out of 10 performer. But I do think that if Andre Gomez is fit, this is an opportunity to just give him a go in there and again freshen her up a little bit. And that's all it is. Honest, I just think that at this time of year you've got to be very careful with players. And a couple of changes here and there is vital without changing, too many of the really important players. So on the right-hand side, I've gone for Alex Iwobi. I think he's been great in the last few weeks. And hopefully he can keep that going. Obviously, James Rodriguez isn't available, and again, mightn't be available for the game against Sheffield United. So Alex Iwobi's been in there, he's been doing the job, and I see no reason to change that. He's in a good run of form, and let's hope he continues that. On the left-hand side, Richarlison, again, he'll be dying to play, dying to score goals. With that 3-match suspension earlier on in the season, he missed nearly a month of football for us, and that's broken up his season. And that might mean that while maybe other people are feeling it a little bit, he's not as much. So obviously he'll want to play. The only other alternative would have been if James Rodriguez had been available, would have been to play Richarlison up front and put Iwobi on the left, and that would have given Dominic Calvert-Lewin a little break. But that isn't the case. Maybe that will be the case when James Rodriguez comes back. So that means Dominic Calvert-Lewin will play up front for me. I just think that the lad is super fit, wants to play, wants to score goals, and with Cenk Tosun being the only real alternative on the bench, I'm not willing to sacrifice Dom just yet. So again, he's another one who might have to wait for that break, that week after the West Ham game. And if he doesn't feature maybe against Rotherham as well, then that'll give him maybe 10 days break after that game against West Ham to try and, you know, get some energy back in the legs. But at the moment, he seems fine. He seemed fine against Arsenal. I know he went off with a few minutes to go, but yeah, he seems like he's still got plenty of energy in it. But there you go. That's my 11, and as I said, it's purely based on just getting some energy into the side and keeping the players fresh, as many as we can. And that's why I've made a lot of changes. It's a huge game. The manager knows it's a huge game. Quarter-final, real opportunity at home against the Man United team that has played a lot of football, you know, in the Champions League and stuff. So let's hope it's enough. Let's hope it's enough to get the win and get us through to the semi-final of the Carabao Cup. When, if that happens, you know, who knows? Who knows? The final's now in April, isn't it? Hoping that there's going to be fans in that one. So fingers crossed for this game, that the team take what they've done in the last 3 games into this one and come away with the win. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree with? Do you disagree? What changes would you make to the game, if any, for the match against Manchester United? Don't forget, make sure to give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you want more great videos, daily live videos, come and join us on Patreon. The link will be, it's going to be down here, it's just going to be around here. Thanks for watching, see you later.